Today we're going to be talking about the exciting new release from Fears watches, the Brunswick Blue.
Hello, we're Clockbait. I'm Luke.
I'm Anthony.
And as Ant said, we have exciting news. Fears, our friends over at Fears, they have announced a brand new watch, the Brunswick Blue. Before that as well, if you haven't already, hit subscribe. It does help us out, and it helps us, just gives us more motivation to release more of these videos, and just give us a follow on Instagram and all. We always have nice little pictures and that going on there.
Yeah, we're not too bad at the photography type of stuff.
We're getting better. This one will be in focus anyway.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, going on to the Fears Brunswick Blue. Nick thankfully have invited us to go and have a look at it and take some absolutely lovely video and photography of this. It is simply a gorgeous watch, actually.
I mean, we're a fan of the Brunswick anyway, and we will say Nick's a friend, but we don't just like it because he's a friend. It's the watch's first, friendship second, I guess.
That's it. Yeah.
It's an the Brunswick, the original one. I've worn it out before,
especially the Midas. The Midas is fantastic.
You love the Midas, it's got the golden one.
Yeah, amazing process to make that golden watch, and for a gold, very traditional looking watch, you can kind of wear it with everything. It can be worn casually and formally, and I absolutely love that. So I was a bit unsure how was Fears going to be improving the Brunswick, and this Brunswick Blue is immense. It's even more just nice, and you can tell the amount of work that's gone into it. So as Nick said, it's over a year in the making.
It's huge. I mean, it's not quite a passion project because Nick runs it as a business, of course, but I mean the amount of effort and just the detail that goes into making these watches is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, you look at the watch in the first glance and you think, yes, that's fantastic. You take another glance, you notice even more, and you're like, wow, that's brilliant. Then you start talking to Nick even more, and he starts pointing out other bits you might have missed, and it's like, okay, yeah, this watch is fantastic, like really, really good, and you can just keep looking at it. It's got an anti-reflective coating on the sapphire, front and inside, and that anti-reflective coating actually costs more than the crystal itself, and it is so good with natural daylight. It kind of like when the sun hits it.
Is it like a polarizing kind of effect?
Almost, you get like the prism of all the colours, so you get like a nice little rainbow going across. So almost impossible to capture on in photos, but it's absolutely fantastic.
On that note, actually, you mentioned the spec of having anti-reflective coating. We may as well tell people that don't know about the spec of these watches anyway, in terms of what size they are, etc. So it's kind of a cushion case. Well, it is a cushion case, 38mm by 38.
And that case as well, it literally doesn't have a flat surface apart from the sapphire case back on the back. Everything else has a radius of some type, so it's an incredibly hard process to make that case.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but as you say, 38 by 38.
The crystal is double domed. Is it double domed?
Yes, it is.
Double domed sapphire.
It's 20mm lug width as well, so great to put on all different straps, and obviously Fears do loads of different straps for it anyway. You get to choose your own strap, and then it has Romney Marsh wall straps. But then it's only 11.1mm thick, which is, it just wears so bloody 11.8. 11.8mm thick, and it just wears so bloody well. It's not going to be a Clockbait review if we don't get a few things wrong.
Oh yeah, of course.
And obviously the dial's got multiple finishing.
So the dials are made in, they're actually made in Germany,
In Germany,
yeah. The German-made dials.
And the people who make those, Fears is actually one of their least expensive.
Oh yeah, one of the leading dial makers in Germany.
And what a great job. And talking about those dials, is the failure rate, because there's 57 different processes to make these dials. You just don't realise. I mean,
I don't even think 57 things in a day.
No, I can't think of. I can't even think of the different processes there would. But there's two different types of finishes on the dial, and the brushing in between each of the numerals is all done by hand. It's just ridiculous. We're talking, how much retail is it? £3,350 retail.
Yeah.
And it's got this level of finishing, this level of processing. You're just not going to get that anywhere else.
No.
Absolutely
not at that value.
And then that leads on to the movement, which is what a lot of people seem to be hung up on Fears watches with, is because it's got an ETA movement. So what? I mean,
It's an ETA 7001, but they don't just get that from ETA and plonk it straight in there. As soon as it comes to Fears, they will strip it back.
Yeah.
They reassemble, and it's actually, in terms of accuracy, it's running better. Well, it's regulated to be
better than Kosk.
Better than Kosk.
Yeah.
So,
and not only that, they add the coats. Is it cots or coats de Genève for a bit of decoration as well? Because obviously you're going to see the movement. So
and the pipette as well.
And the golden pipette, which is a lovely little touch. So the Fears golden pipette is placed on the back of the movement as well. It's just a fantastic. At the end of the day, it's an easily serviced movement. It's perfectly adequate. It's got the 40-hour power reserve. It runs perfectly well, and it's incredibly reliable.
Absolutely.
So why not? Why go for something else? I don't think.
And what Nick does, he doesn't shy away from this at all. I mean, there's certain manufacturers out there that they almost, on the smaller manufacturers, if they say, well, what's the movement, they'll kind of go, well, it's an ETA, almost as a negative. But Nick doesn't shy away from that at all. He's like, yeah, it's an ETA movement, but it's done the Fears way.
Look at all the Bremont's watches. Most of them, they all have ETA movements. And they're more expensive than this Fears watch.
Apart from when they say that it's...
we'll gloss over that. But at the end of the day, I just think value for money...
Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible value for money. I mean, any of the Brunswicks, but this blue, I mean... I think it's fair to say that blue dials might be in 2019.
Oh, definitely,
And this is absolutely stunning. It's incredible. We haven't even touched on the hands, which is probably my favourite part of the whole watch.
They're fantastic, yeah. So they're like a Fears only hand. You won't see those on any other watches, and they're handmade in England. And those hands, after they've been hand finished and everything else, they cost more than the movement. The total cost for the movement, that is ridiculous, and they are fantastic hands. So yeah, on the normal Brunswick, they've got the same hands, but they're blued as well. But not chemically blued. They're proper heated up, and they look absolutely amazing. I mean, to have hand finishing on a dial, the hands. And obviously it's all assembled in the UK.
It's safe to say
where did you get this?
And also you get the service as well. We haven't even touched on the packaging that Fears do, but honestly, it's exceptional. Actual everything is so there's no corners cut at all. And in a world of micro brands, and I quite like micro brands, but it's safe to say stick a Seiko movement inside and do an original looking design, and there you go. You got yourself a micro brand. I know that it's not exactly like that, but. Short story, but this here, there's absolutely no corners cut. Nick is so passionate about his watches, and it comes across in any kind of interview you listen to him.
Nick himself is part of the brand, and obviously he's not just cashed in on Fears because of it's an old English kind of heritage brand. He's done it. It's part of his family history, and he's brought it back for a passion, not just as a money spinner. Which kind of you can see that in everything he does. It's just absolutely fantastic, and everything's it's all small companies or small suppliers that he tries to work with.
Of course, yeah.
And he deals with them all personally as well. And going back to the packaging, it's still some of the best packaging I've seen in any watches under like 10-15 grand. Even down to like the ribbons around it. It's an event to open a Fears watch, even a quartz watch that they do, which they're slowly running out of, by the way. So it's just an event.
Absolutely.
You've got a lovely watch that's perfectly well finished, and I mean that blue dial, it just plays with the light so well. I really, really want one.
Yeah, I can tell.
And they're not limited edition either, by the way.
No.
But obviously being a small company with a high failure rate on the dials, they only do 20 at a time on each batch. So these dials, just to show like how bad they will foul because of the amount of processes, for every 120 dial blanks that they start off with, they'll get like less than 50 that they're happy with.
No, my maths isn't good enough to work at the percentage.
But it's less than 50%.
Less than 50%. We'll go with that.
That's the clockbait maths done today. So definitely try and organise having a look on their website, requesting a brochure, and if you're close to Canterbury, go and have a look at the showroom. Go and meet Nick. Absolutely fantastic.
He might even go to the pub and order a pint and a half pint and a half pint.
Half pint and a half pint, and he'll tell you the story as to why he orders a half pint and a half pint.
But like I say, 20 batches coming at a time. Once these start doing the rounds, once these photos start going out there, they won't last long, per batch.
All of his Midas is always sold straight away. The Brunswick sold incredibly well. So if you are interested in one of these, get there quick. He's not a massive business where he can just pump all of these out. So yeah, go and get them while you can. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, please drop us a subscribe, drop a comment below and tell us what you think about the Fears Brunswick Blue, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, bye.